This is the video of watercolor portrait painting demonstration by Pura. The painting model is Jim Carrey. About the materials. A block watercolor pad of Balhong Academy Gray, 5 inches wide by 7 inches long, was used because it has glue along all 4 edges, eliminating the need to stretch the paper before painting. The green cover is cold pressed, and the red cover is hot pressed. That was used for this painting. Brush type was round brush around number 8 size. 5 watercolors were used, including Carmine, Cadmium Yellow Lemon, Cerulean Blue, Cobalt Blue, and Burnt Sienna. Next is the painting process. Mixing orange color from red and yellow. Then a small amount of blue was added to reduce the intensity of the orange. This 3-color mix red, yellow, blue was used throughout the painting, adjusting the ratios for different areas. The painting began with the eyes, as they require careful attention and leaving white paper for highlights. A fine brush tip with minimal water, but enough for the paint to flow, was used for this small area. Color was applied continuously, moving from eyes to cheeks, nose, and mouth. Water was blended at the edges to create softness. A brighter reddish orange was used for the cheeks to add vibrancy. It is important to reiterate that throughout the process, blue was added to reduce the intensity of the reds and oranges, preventing the face from appearing too red and hot. The artist constantly referenced the source image to maintain accurate value and tone. The neck area, with its significant shadows, incorporated more blue into the orange mix. The clothing and background were painted seamlessly to create a cohesive look. For the broad forehead area, lay down the brush for smoother painting texture instead of using the brush tip. The hair used a mix of red, yellow, and blue, with increased blue and the addition of brown to create darker tones. Large areas of color were used instead of individual strands to avoid a stiff look. Water was blended at the outer edges of the hair with the background color to create seamless integration. The remaining facial features were painted. and additional layers of color were added to areas needing more depth. Careful attention to value early on minimized the need for extensive layering, preventing a muddy appearance. Teeth were not painted individually to avoid a stiff look. Ears were painted with less detail than other areas, but were still given attention as small details that enhance the overall painting. Darker hair details were added using a mix of blue and brown. Focusing on shape and direction rather than individual strands. The brush strokes were relaxed to create a sense of movement. The background color was softly blended into the still damp edges of the hair to create a smooth transition between the face and background. Additional depth was added to the forehead and other areas that appeared to light value. Darker hair details were added using thick colors with the fine brush tip. After completion, the painting was carefully removed from the block pad. Block watercolor pad is glue on all four sides with small gaps provided for inserting a cutter to separate the sheets. By inserting cutter into the small gap that is not covered by the glue. Then cut the paper open on all four sides. The demonstration is now complete. Thank you for watching.